Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for popping in. As always, I'm looking forward to spending some time with you. Now today, I thought we'd create a design, something along the lines of this, and it's using one of our new sticker stencils. And I do love these. The possibilities are amazing. So this is on an A6 card, look. So we asked and Tracy listened, so thank you Tracy, and she's created these lovely magical sticker stencils with bottle stickers, look, that you can put on your bottles, and what it means is you can pop them on your smaller card designs, your A6. So that's fabulous. So this is sticker stencils set 11, and these are called the Tall Bottle Collection, but as I say, they go on in A6. So I'm just going to take you could pop this central. I'm just a bit funny and I like things off centre, but you know how funny I am. You know that by now. So we'll pop that there. And you could put your masking tape on here if you want, but I'm not going to go over that. I'm going to be good. And the colours I've chosen, I'm going for greens in my bottle. And I've gone for lime punch and olive. So with my larger brush, I'm going to come in first with lime punch, and again using the lid as a palette, and I'm just going to add some colour all the way around, and I'm just going all the way around, and I'm just being mindful of leaving a little space in the middle, almost a whiter area, and that just draws your eye to the middle, and it also helps the vase look, or the bottle, like it's shaped, it's got a dome. And then smaller brush, deeper colour. So we're going in with the olive now. And I'm just going to come in from the edge now with the olive. So you don't go in. So we've got a deeper colour and I'm not going to go in as far. So to start off with, I'm just going to go all the way round the edge. Now for me, I find it easier to just turn my work. And the trick with this is don't go in too far to start off with. And at this point, I tend to use the innie bit. And what I'm going to do is just give myself a little darker area at the bottom here. So if I use that look, I can just come in and darken that edge at the bottom. And then also at the top, now we've got a beautiful cork. You could use the cork, but just to show you something different, I know a couple of the design team have already shown you, our lovely creatives have shown us ideas using the cork. And I think Tracy's got a couple of samples. So I thought I'd show you how to make it look as though it's got almost like it's had a twisted neck on it. And I just want to create a couple of, so again, I'm just using the edge of the innie, almost like we've got a little top that twists on its way in. And we'll just have one more, don't want to overcook it. Dead easy. And then what I'm going to do is just bring the colour in a little bit more on this side. And what I find is if I use my stencil brush, and look, I can pick up some ink just from the side. And if I come in sideways, and what it'll do is it'll blend that edge as well. Now, on the neck here, I just want a little bit more shape. So I'm just going to come in both sides. Again, always picking it up from the lid. And I just think, can you see how that just helps give it that lovely shape? Now, inside my bottle, I need an edge, because what I'm going to do is I want to add our lovely bubbles look. So I've decided in here we're going to have a lovely tonic and elixir. So I need a top to where the tonics come in. And I'm just going to use, I've gone for the White Orbs stencil. And I'm just going to use this edge. Which edge? This edge I'm going to go for. And I'm going to have it about full to there. So again, nothing difficult. In my lid, and again I'm coming across from this side because I want this side darker. There we go. And then I can come in, and if you've ever noticed with this stencil, we've got large orbs this side, smaller this. So it's the smaller bubbles I want. So I'm going to be mindful and just put it so I've got smaller bubbles at the top. And then just going to come in, and I'm starting around the edge. Whenever I ink up, I'm starting at the bottom because I just want those bubbles darker. And then in the middle where it's lighter, when I've got less ink, again, it'll just help with the shape. And if I lift that up, yeah, happy with that look. And that's just given me that lovely sort of shape, and I've got the bubbles in there. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some stamping, and we've got 4 gorgeous different herbs. So what I'm going to do is get my bottle stickers here. As you can see, I've used a couple, and at this point I'm deciding I'm going for the thyme, and I'm thinking we want a dream tonic, and obviously the circle shape's going to fit ever so well there. So I know it's thyme. So I'm going to get the stamp out of the thyme, and I'm just going to stamp some thyme at the bottom. And I've got our Shady Lane, or Shady Lady as she's known, and I just want to stamp a little sort of 1st and 2nd generation, just sort of as though I've got my elixir, and I've gone 2 ways, look, to create that lovely grouping. And then I'm going to take my sticker off, and I'm just going to use, just so I can get an idea, and I want it there, so that's fine, I can see that. I might just have another little, so again, it's quite useful to do this, because if you stick it down, you almost can't go back, but I just want that coming there. Maybe just a little 2nd generation there. Let me hold this. Yes, I like that bit extra there. And so I know I want a little bit of dark. I want to create a bit of shading now. Just around here where my my bottle stencil's going to go. I tell you what, we've got stencils, sticker stencils, bottle stickers. So a lot to get my teeth round. Right, so I'm thinking, happy with that, that's lovely there. And then before I take, no, I don't think, well, I think I'm going to take that off now. I was thinking about my finishing tricks, but I'm going to take this off. And again, just slide. If you're worried about taking it off, look, you can just slightly bend your card, and then you stick a stencil, look at that. And we often get asked how to clean them. I just have a damp cloth, give it a wipe, dry it with a dry cloth, and then take your lovely protective, just pop it on there, look. And I just need to clean that end that we used. Again, dry that, pop that in the middle. And there we go. That can go back in its container. And I have to say, I love the way that this is building up. Now, what I have got is I want to add a little tag to my design. And this is just from the tag die collection that we've got. So I'm going to come in. I'm not going to add any more ink. I bet I've got enough. Look, I've got enough on my brush. So with the first colour, which was the lime punch, and then I'm just going to go around with the darker colour just to edge it. And then it all coordinates. I must admit, again, if you're like me and you've got some scraps of card, maybe one day cut yourself, if you've got this lovely die, cut yourself some smaller tags. And I have a collection ready, because do you know what? You never know when you're going to need them. And I don't know about you, but my die cutting machine is not at hand. Well, it's under my table. I have to crawl under for it. So I tend to cut things out in batches. And then we'll just stamp on this. So again, and I'm using the smaller timestamp. There is a larger one, but I'm just thinking, let's bring in a little bit of the lighter colour. So this is the verdant, just for a bit of extra oomph just behind. Yeah, I like that. So back to this. Now I want to add some finishing touches to my bottle, but I'm going to use my Posca and it won't dry straight away. So what I'm thinking is, on my finished design look, I've got some lovely stencil work. So if we do that next, I often get asked why I do things a certain way. So I like to explain. If I added my finishing touches now, they wouldn't be dry and I don't want to smudge them. So this is the leaf trails and I'm coming in with my Della Blue. And it's just about doing things in a certain order. Now I want this, I could put the mask, I could mask off the middle of the bottle, but I'm just going to do it by eye today. And I'm thinking, I want that shape there. And again, spend a bit of time just getting your stencil right. Just want it in the right place. Now I want this very gentle, very light. If you've got a new ink pad, again, make sure you blend it well in that lid, because you don't want this to take over from the design. We just want it to sort of add to the design. Yes, you see, look at that. It's amazing how much there is there. Now, it probably won't show up that well, but for me, it just takes away that space. And we'll add just a little bit on this side. Again, don't need a lot. Just a little bit in this corner. And again, because I can see through the stencil, I'm being mindful. I can see exactly where to add it. Lift it up. Oh, touch more. Yeah. I'm happy with that. And I love that flow, that diagonal flow. So, finishing tricks time. So, pastel pencils. Can you hear me? I had to lean that I store them under my table. Do tell me, please. I am not the only person who stores things under my table. Don't know about you, but I never have enough room on my actual table. So, just pastel pencil to add a little bit of shade. And I've gone for the green. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of black. I thought for a change, rather than going straight in with the black, we'll add a little bit of green as well, just to get those green tones. In fact, I like the lighter colour. Let's add a little bit, sort of mirror. Yeah, that's more like that colour, isn't it? I like that. And then I just want it darker, literally right under. Just to give it that bit of oomph. So it's not floating. I mean, it might be magical and it might be a dream tonic. So now, do any of you need a dream tonic? Are you struggling to sleep? Do you want me to send some over? And we'll just add a little bit more just under here. Just because we can. Got to put those back in the right place. Messes with my head if they're in the wrong place. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of white. This is just my pastel pencil. But also, I'm going to come in with my white Posca and just add a little bit on here. And then a little bit next to the pastel. So we've got that lovely edge, and again up here. And then with my lovely yellow, so this is the sparkle yellow, I just want to add some extra little sparkles in here in my elixir. This is such a magic potion. Now I'm thinking, certainly, if you've anything to do with potions, but I'm thinking this would be ideal, you know, if somebody's poorly, if they're under the weather. I just love the play on words for me, because this is really sending a bottle. I'm going to send some time in a bottle to my friend who needs time. And then I've got myself a piece of my craft yarn. And again, these come in such lovely colour bundles. And I'm just going to poke that through there. And then use my scissors to just help get those through there. And then I'm just going to snip it. No, that's a wee bit long. We'll snip a bit more off. Better than me cutting it too short, isn't it? And then I'm just going to get some foam pads to put behind. Did you ever do that when you were little? I had a certain doll that you could cut the fringe, and I decided I'd cut my own fringe. Please tell me I can't be the only person. Right, I'm just going to take the back off these. I can't be the only person in the world who's ever cut their own fringe. But on this certain doll, the fringe grew back, and I thought mine would. And I started at one end and I couldn't get it straight, so I went across, cut more off the other. Do you know what? At the end of it, I had no fringe. Now, I'd love to know, as I say, please tell me that I am not the only child who ever did that. That's probably why I've got short hair now. Probably affected me for the rest of my life. Do you know the things we do when we don't know? Right. So, my lovely little tag is going just there. Get rid of those. File them in the bin. And I just think that is such a lovely, quick, easy. Now this one I've put on a larger piece of card just so you can see. And I've added one of our lovely sentiment stickers, and I've put the word magical because this one here is 100% magical. So it just shows you we've got the different shapes of the tall bottles, and you could extend them and put them on a larger card, in your scrapbook, in your journal, or just on an A6 card. And you have got room if you want to put a sentiment. You could even stamp a sentiment on your little tag if you wanted. But I'm leaving this so that I can decide. It's going to be one of those emergency cards where I'll add my sentiment when I decide who I'm sending it to, with the gift of time. Right, you take care. I hope you enjoy these and have fun with them. And I love all the different words on the bottle stickers, look. I mean, this itself, just looking through them, will give you ideas of what to do. So you take care, look after yourselves, be kind to each other, and I will see you again soon. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.